Wheel check, helmet check, fancy bike gear check. It's the last Saturday of the month. Time for Nairobi cyclists to take over the city's streets.
So today we are having our monthly ride, critical mass Nairobi ride. There are several critical masses in different countries around the world. And for Africa, I think we started the first critical mass. And I want to say that we have the biggest and the most consistent, but we've been able to inspire other cities in Africa to start. We've also guided them, taught them how we've been able to organize ours.
With Nairobians big and small taking up cycling, critical mass is a communal outdoor activity to create road safety awareness and show that pedal power is here to stay.
We have a lot of cyclists, new cyclists coming up, and we've also tried to push a few things about cycling, like we are pushing for cycling lanes around Nairobi.
Before the ride really takes off, a few logistical points.
Today's route is quite simple, 28 kilometers. We have marshals with us, assisting in traffic management.
With Nairobi's roads increasingly overflowing with cars, traffic management for the group is vital. On a normal day, the few cyclists braving Nairobi's roads have to dodge distracted pedestrians, erratic motorbikes, and overloaded buses. For Cyprien, an urban planner herself, riding through Nairobi revealed the flaws in the city's plans.
One of the things that really upsets me is the way we plan our city. We start by looking at how the cars will move. If there's sufficient space, according to planners, if there's sufficient space for the cars to move, then we will allocate space for pedestrians and cyclists. We don't look at who the majority is. We know in Nairobi, pedestrians are the majority.
The critical mass team fights for its lane both on and off the road. They're lobbying for a new law to build cycling and pedestrian paths along every new road. But as government wheels turn slowly, bike lanes in Nairobi are still short and rare. Nevertheless, Cyprien is convinced the cyclists are gaining more acceptance and respect.
Back in the day, we used to get a lot of aggression from other road users, and it was scary to interact with motorists when they're angry. But then gradually, as the numbers started increasing and as we started having children and women on bicycles, it became less aggressive. Motorists celebrate us on the road. It's so funny to see it, but most motorists give us space, give us room to maneuver, and they honk and they're happy to see so many people on bicycles.
Unfortunately, not all encounters with motorists end that way. Stark reminder is the fatal accident of a cyclist just a week earlier.
So last week we had an incident on this road, James Gishuru, where we had a motorist driving recklessly, and he ended up killing a cyclist. He was a young man, 22 years old, and he was just going about his day and had one of the worst horrific crashes we've seen in Nairobi. And we are here today to just honor his life.
A minute's silence for the young cyclist. And while nobody in the group knew him, they raised funds to contribute to his funeral service back up country. Cycling Nairobi's streets without the masses and the help of marshals and police remains very risky. But the cyclists are optimistic that can change with the right policies and attitudes.
People leave Kenya to go to Europe to walk and cycle. Why can't we have the same experiences in Kenya? We have the space, we have the climate, we have people who want to do it.
Having ended their 28-kilometer ride around Nairobi, the cyclists break into smaller groups to ride home.
If you live along Thika Road, kindly meet your group on my right.
They're exhausted but happy and hope critical mass actions like this can create safer traffic conditions for all Kenyans.